Evet, tekrar hoş geldiniz. Sıradaki konuşmacımız Rodrigo Pozo, ABB'den geliyor. Kendisini sahneye davet ediyorum.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to say in the name of ABB and also in my personal name, thank you to the organization for Datacenter Istanbul for being here today. And in addition, thank you so much for the local organization to ask me to join today in this presentation for all of you. First of all, let me introduce a little bit of myself and also about the company we are representing today. As you can see, I'm originally from Spain, from Madrid. I get something like 25 years experience in this sector. Last Friday, I did 20 years in the company, really, within General Electric and ABB after that acquisition. So basically centered in so many functions, technical department, training, doing a lot of sales, 18 years in sales, especially doing this kind of conferences all over the world, and for sure also participating as product manager the last 2 years for the mid-high power portfolio of the UPSs. So I get a lot of experience on site, a lot of experience on projects, and also a lot of experience on design that I will try to bring a little bit of all this experience today to share with you. I don't want to make a full speech here about the products, a very boring task. It's something really much more, getting a little bit fun, and as well sharing my experience of the different years working with the UPS. From the last year, we get also inside the agile methodology on ABB, so we are making the develop solution agile team leadership. So it's a very, very interesting point to give a different approach of how we are providing solutions instead of products for our customers. But let's start directly with the company a little bit. We are a very, very big company. Normally, people used to get a little bit lost when we are explaining about how is the company doing. There is a lot of different activities. We are inside of the smart power business. Inside of the smart power, there is a lot of products, but we are power protection. Power protection mainly is located with 4 or 5 product lines. Single phase, 3-phase UPSs, power conditioning, STSs, PDUs, and also for sure, the field service solutions. That is very important. We have 4 factories all over the world. The main one is located in Switzerland, in Quartino, where I'm reporting for. And this is the center of excellence for the design. And we have a lot of facilities for doing factory acceptance test, design, R&D, and wherever. Also, we have factories in US, in India, in New Zealand for the medium voltage UPSs. They are quite big manufacturing capacity. But for sure, this needs to be supported also from service. We have a wide organization on sales and service all over the world, present with more than 60 countries and 9,000 people working on the organization. So it's a very big organization. Wherever you never hear about ABB, ABB is there, and we have a very big organization on there. But well, this is the short introduction regarding the company. Today we have a very interesting topic to mention and to share with you. It's about trends on the future, especially associated to the data centers and the UPS that use it on the data center. Normally, I used to start this kind of presentation making a little bit of joke. How many of you recognize this? Please raise your hands. Is somebody recognizing this, these ones? Any others? This is 40 years old technology. I was playing with this when I was a child. This is the first computing used for gaming, and it was the Spectrum 16 case, 16 kilobytes. That was the top of the top. In this moment, you need a cassette recorder to be playing there, and sometimes when you were listening to the music, beep, 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 the game is not charging. That was the technology 40 years ago. 16 case was the top. Later on, it comes the 128 case, but this was the top of technology. I still have it. It's a piece of museum. Okay, this joke is coming because right now we have a rise of data traffic. It's enormous. We use this case, megas, gigas, but we invent a completely new alphabet in order to say zettabytes, brontobytes, geobytes, and that's going to be completely old-fashioned in the next 1 or 2 years, because that will be completely overlapped. You know, half of the servers sold in the world goes for hyperscalers, and many of them to support artificial intelligence technologies. And you can see we are rising the data. Because we are rising the data, this business is going to continue. This is not a stopping business. There is a lot of huge demand of data center. So this is something that you can listen from everyone here in the attendance of conference. I take some pieces of information from different sources, some ones from the local market. There is going to be a big explosion for 2030 in the gigawatts of installed plants all over the data center world. And this is a double-digit CAGR overall. That means that there is a very big investment grow up on the business. Mainly, as Frost and Sullivan says, associated to hyperscales, not so big in the co-location, but especially for hyperscales. It's a very huge investment on there. And also from the local country and the local market, there is a very big favorable governance policies. I was just speaking with someone of you before the presentation. It's really the government is pushing for getting benefits for companies to be here and start making data center investment, also government investment as well. So we have a major participation in the data center on collocators and small, medium data center. This is a very nice investment ahead. By the way, normally the data center constructors, providers, they found a lot of problems, One of the main ones, and we recently have this very, very present, is the lack of material, the supply chain. We were experiencing during the last year a very, very big lack of material. If you want to order a genset, you know what is the delivery time. If you want to order big infrastructure, you know what is the delivery time. So we need to be adaptable. And because we are going to be adaptable, we will try to grow as you need a strategy implement into the design of the data centers. Many of the large modular data center gets only the frame installed, and they put the modules on demand when they go to the site to be installed, not in the manufacturing of the containers. So this is a strategy to adapt to the supply chains. By the way, the second one is the generative artificial intelligence tools. This rise of data, specifically for data center, is making many of the old data centers to be old-fashioned. They will not have enough power for the new power density that the racks are demanding. So the UPS systems that already exist in many medium-large data centers will not be able to support the future loads that in the same footprint demands double of power. So we will need to retrofit many of existing data centers. And also for the new data centers, the large capacity versus a very, very upgrade on efficiency will be essential to control the total cost of ownership. This is a very important point. Latent one is the location and the resources. There is a typical history that the data center is not a good neighbor because they consume a lot of resources in energy, water, wherever. But those governments that implement these kind of policies to get all the benefits for data centers will bring the data centers into the region. So geopolitically speaking, we have a very, very good opportunity there. And finally, remember, it's not only everything on the cloud. Don't forget or don't miss away the edge computing. The rise of the edge computing is essential. Internet of Things, 5G, 6G, 7G, I lost the count. How many of these new technologies for personalized advertisement, self-driving vehicles, all this is rising up the data traffic in the low latency network. So don't miss the edge computing because it's very, very important. And for the edge computing, we need to be flexible and also have redundant in cabinet solutions that will be adaptable for different needs for this expanded network. So very, very interesting topics to bring with all the problems and the possible solution that we can bring for all these problems, because the perfect scenario doesn't exist. This beautiful picture of a data center in the middle of the forest with the green and the breeze, that's never exist. The reality is completely different. So we have a rise of modular or prefabricated data centers. This is an important growth opportunity where it's very, very required at a very high power in the smaller footprint with the maximum efficiency associated. Because of that, we can bring UPSs of 2 megawatts in less than 5 square meters with 97.5 efficiency points. to bring the smaller footprint side to the wall, getting free space inside the containers, to get this power demand increase going up, and also getting the best efficiency for the total cost of ownership. By the way, I was mentioning that the importance of the edge computing, this network that is much more extensive to bring this low latency, where the higher scalability and also the flexibility for the UPS systems is essential in order to adapt for the different applications. Many of these sites could be even houses that get a small local in the top or in the bottom of the building. So these small UPSs are also very important. So basically, we arrived to one of the most interesting topics that ever touched. There is not a conference in data center that we not touch the sustainability. And that's why. That's because every one of our customers, they have to achieve certain targets. And we need to help our customers to achieve their targets of sustainability. So this is a joint journey that goes together. But we will speak about sustainability at the end of this conference because it's a very interesting point. Sustainability is a topic that is always present there. Everybody is speaking about sustainability, but we need to understand very well the sustainability from the point of view of manufacturing the products. We will come back to this point later. So basically, from ABB point of view, we have a strategy to approach what UPS is required in the data centers. As you can see here, you can identify a lot of words that could be familiar for you. Resilience, MTBF, MTTR, flexibility, space saving, energy saving. I will change completely these arguments. Let me summarize that in a way that every one of you will remember really for a long time. First of all, we need to bring peace of spirit to the user that the UPS design is robust and also has no single point of failure. This peace of spirit on the design of the UPS itself. Second one, we need to give peace of spirit along the time. So during the life of the UPS, you have a short time to repair, you have the short cost as possible, and also you have the most agility in order to solve whatever is problem. So you can continue operation working every time. The third one is a little piece of spirit for the designers. Footprint savings, as well as the flexibility to adapt for multiple solutions. And the last one is a little bit piece of spirit for the planet. So basically, we are taking 4 points that is bringing you piece of spirit in the design across the time for the design of the system on the site, and as well a little bit of spirit for the planet. So many times we can see this man there in the top right. What is he looking for? A very, very basic topic. He wants to go in the night to sleep with the family, with no telephone rings at the 3 or 4 in the night that something is going wrong on the data center. That's so simple. We need to help this guy to sleep well, to be with the family, not being pending for the phone every weekend because there is a problem on the UPS infrastructures. So basically, we need to drive no single point of failure architecture based in the decentralized parallel that ABB brings to the market, and also we need to bring reliable and resilient technologies. Second one, we need to maintain that along the time. This hot swappability helps to reduce the mean time to repair on the modular data center systems. So also modular UPS system use exactly the same philosophy. We can replace and reduce this MTT rare. Later on, we need to be very fast. We need to be speed and scalability to adapt to every one of the possibilities for the footprint for these containerized data centers and modular data centers, as well as getting the most optimal TCO by the efficiency. And finally, the sustainability. But speaking sustainability, I mentioned to you that we need to see that in a completely different way. How many of you consider that the sustainability is fully related to the efficiency? Well, that's only partially right. Efficiency is very important in the lifetime of the UPS, for sure. But the sustainability starts on the design, also on the manufacturing. We have a green certification manufacturing that brings zero waste to landfill. Also, we are exploring new storage solutions, clean energy storage solutions, or alternatives that brings a different point of view. As well, we have our products PEP EcoPassport certified with this transparency on declaration of parameters we will see at the end of the presentation. So this is very important. We are moving to implement the product strategy to decarbonize the future. So basically, at the end, also we need to interact with the new solar or wind farms and all the new technologies on energy sourcing that could be an alternative for the traditional fuel ones. So based on that, we can get these grid interactive operation modes to support or even backfit to grid when necessary to interact. As much bigger is the data center, as much bigger is the power demand, as much bigger is the suck of power from the surrounding network of mains. So if we can contribute, in case of a suck of power for the company, to drive from the UPS certain energy back to the grid when the operators allow us to do that, and also the local regulations allow to do that, this is essential. This is a must for Microsoft, this is a must for Amazon, this is a must for many of the main tenders. There is no new tenders or requests for quotation that do not increase this kind of backfit functionalities. About the solutions, we have really one of the widest contributions on the portfolio for the different kind of data centers. From the smaller one in the level of users with single-phase UPSs, going with the three-phase medium and high power applications, going hyperscalers also with the medium voltage UPSs. There is nobody in the market that has a very wide portfolio of UPSs right now, because introducing also the medium voltage UPS is revolution the market for the large data centers and the large facilities where there is a lot of power demand, and we need to integrate these UPSs directly in the medium voltage net. So it's a very wide portfolio to be used. And today we want to speak a little bit of this product that is a MegaFlex. This is a modular UPS system that could be in different frame size, up to 2 megawatts. And this is very easily to insert and replace the module, as you can see there in the video, by a rail that could be extracted. One of the secrets of this product is a complete UPS inside of the module. This is a decentralized parallel architecture that ABB brings to the market. It brings a 97.4% real efficiency on system, and also get a lot of savings in terms of energy and also energy for the consumption and the input. And we have more than 300 megawatt installed plants all over the world. This is a very huge one. The most important is a PEP EcoPassport certified product that can be combined in different frames to bring up to 6 megawatt power systems. So it could be fitting from the smaller one, 500, 751 megawatt, till the most biggest data centers or hyperscale requirements. Normally, when we are speaking about the complete UPS inside the module, it's because we have the rectified inverter, the stronger charger for the battery, so we can have independent battery for every one of the products. There is also the static bypass that could be inside of the module or centralized in the cabinet on demand, but also a decentralized logic. To insert and remove the modules is so easy to operate a handlebar, so you can extract the module without any kind of arc flash. That brings a hot swappability, real functionality as a benefit for the market. So you can easily extract the power module and remove that from the data center. It's very interesting in terms of flexibility. About the energy storage, this is ready for all kinds of energy storage systems, and we are exploring new chemistries, as for example, nickel zinc, that is one of the most touched in the market right now, but sodium is coming, new technologies for hydrogen, it's coming as well, using fuel cells directly to supply on the UPS side, not only upstreams, also in the DC links. So there is a lot of new technologies we are exploring for the energy storage point of view. And finally, speaking about the sustainability, this is one of the most strongest points that I want to highlight on today's presentation. Basically, we consider this circularity value for the sustainability. First of all, that starts on the design. We need to take materials that comes from recyclable origin. As well, we need to be sure that these materials, at the end of the life of the UPS, could be recyclable. For sure, we need to produce that in a very, very nice way. So zero producing of waste to the landfill, trying to use green energy for production, and also for testing, because it's very important, the test base. We can test a 2 megawatt system with only 100 kilowatt consumption. We have EcoLoop green test base, so we can improve this green testing. For sure, also, we need to be very, very aware of the packaging and the transportation, the logistic, and efficiency is only these quadrants on the sustainability, the efficiency across the lifetime. Later on, we need to do something with the UPS at the end of the lifetime, because it's not easy to put there and refuse to the waste. No, there is a recycling technology behind. So we can provide this information to the recycling companies so they can extract all the materials and put wet coppers, go to coppers, aluminum to aluminum, metal sheets, printer board, plastic, and we can recycle properly the unit at the end of the life. Normally, UPSs is not like the second-hand cars. We cannot resell them after 15 years. Technology is old-fashioned. So the major part of the UPSs gets going to be recycled, local authorized recycles. So finally, we need to put all this information in the eco-transparency environment. You bring that to an external company and they certify completely that the UPS is according to what EcoPassport is required, and you get the certification. So it's not a self-certification. It's a third-party independent company certification that is very important. And also it's bringing us a certain advantage to go to the CIE for Ireland government and other kind of external certification. So this is not only for the UPS. We have a complete offering right now of products that starts at the early beginning with the UPSs, but also go to the SureWave, that is a power conditioning used for maritime applications, medium voltage UPSs, and the breakers and the different solutions using in the low voltage apparel. So we have a complete ecosystem of products that is bringing a lot of added value for customers and also getting the most higher standards in sustainability. So from my side, that's all. They told me that maybe the questions and answers we have a booth there. So visit the ABB booth. I will be there to answer whatever the questions that you have. And I think we were perfectly on timing. So thank you so much again for everyone attending today. And it was my pleasure to be here in Istanbul today. Thank you.